Hey guys, what's up? In today's episode we are going to break down certain movement techniques to help you win more gunfights. This is an advanced guide, so if you don't know how to do the basics like slide cancel, B-hops or jump shots, please go check out my other movement videos after this where I explain the fundamentals. I'll leave the link in the description. Today's video is a bit more of an advanced guide. I noticed there are a lot of videos already online that teach the basics, however the basics can only get you so far. Back when I first started playing Warzone, I used to watch a lot of pro players move in ore and I'm like, what? Like, how did you do that? I'm so lost. After countless sleepless nights, early mornings, a strict regimen, I feel like I had more of a grasp on some of the more advanced movement mechanics in Warzone. Look, it's not rocket science, but there are a few layers to it, and in today's episode, I'll break everything down, explain concept and techniques to help you utilize your movement better so you can get those cool looking kills. At the end of the video, I will also give you some settings to play around with to make these movement techniques a bit easier, so make sure to stick around. Quick reminder to smash that like button if you find any value throughout today's video or just appreciate the good vibes. Remember to sub to the YouTube channel for more Warzone content. It's all about getting better and having a good time on this channel. I also do stream on Twitch at AndosGaming TV. Remember to drop by and say hello. I do have a face cam so you can see my pretty face on stream. If you are interested in supporting the channel, remember to go check out the merch at AndosGaming.com. We've got cool gaming t-shirts and hoodies at super high quality. Shipping is worldwide. With that out of the way, let's begin. Tip number 1, setting up traps. A lot of times when playing Warzone, the premise is you see an enemy, you shoot, right? It's the basic fundamentals of FPS games. It's been ingrained in our brains since the early stages of gaming. However, in Warzone, you can do this thing called slide cancels and bunny hops. So yeah, you can spice it up a bit and make some plays to outsmart your enemy. What I tend to do is set up traps for the enemy to chase me and use movement to my advantage to break cameras or just break the aim assist. You don't always have to shoot people straight away. You can make it seem like you're running away through a door or around the corner. The enemy will chase you thinking, hey, I got this, I'm going to kill this bot. I'm going to do a breakdown where I take out a few targets and utilize this technique to show you what I mean. I'm in a situation at the moment where I'm armoring up, I'm fighting a full squad, so I need to use my movement to my advantage. I get shot in the back and I turn the corner immediately. I know the enemy is going to aggressively push me behind this wall. I can hear the footsteps getting louder. Instead of running away, I try to jump out right at the moment the target will peek. It's kind of like when you try to scare your missus by surprise, same concept. I'll wait for the right moment and try to break the target's camera. This is what you want. The enemy's aiming in the wrong direction and you're doing some ninja stuff and out of sight. I managed to get the kill and armor up. However, I bump into this fella. Just my luck. This target doesn't look too friendly. It's not looking good. I'm mid animation trying to armor up, so I slide cancel to the right and get some cover. I managed to get the kill somehow. I armor up and get ready for my next fight. I spawn an enemy to the right. I don't shoot straight away. I set up a trap and make it seem like I'm running away. Now that the trap has been set up, I use my movement to my advantage. I know the enemy will be pre-aiming this door, so I slide cancel into the room. Notice while I'm sliding, I don't cancel my slide straight away. I let my body move further into the room so I can get as far away as the door as possible. This is the perfect scenario. The enemy is aggressive pushing this doorway. I was able to slide and get around the enemy and get the easy kill. Tip number 2, break the enemy's camera when you're being pushed. This one is a very important one. You're probably thinking, how do I know when someone is pushing me? Do I need to purchase some war hacks? Well, there are 2 ways. Let me explain further. First method is just being able to read how the enemy will react during gunfights. Using movement at an advanced level is just not, hey, I see someone, I slide cancel and shoot. There's a bit more than meets the eye. It's really about timing and using cover to your advantage. Method number 2 is using audio. When someone is pushing you, listen to the sound of the footsteps. The closer the target is, the louder the audio. Use that audio to time your slide cancel or B-hop to break the enemy's camera when you're being pushed. Using audio can also help you identify if you're being pushed from behind and you can react accordingly. Let me break down a couple scenarios to emphasize further what I mean. In this situation, I have a bounty ready to get into a fight. I'm feeling pretty good. I spot the enemy, however I miss my shots because I'm a bot and my confidence goes away. At this point, I'm predicting the target will run to the right from what I saw. I'm pre-aiming and the enemy doesn't appear. Now I'm thinking, damn, this person is good. He knew that I was going to peek this spot. So he's going to try to flank me and be a bit more unpredictable. I assume now he's going to be pushing me from the left. Making that read, I'm assuming the enemy is going to aggressively push me through this room. So I slide cancel through and try to break the enemy's camera. This is what you want. This is perfection. The enemy looking the other way and you've done some ninja stuff. Reading how enemies will push you is super essential when it comes to timing. Timing your slide cancels or B-hops as the enemy is pushing you while using cover to your advantage to get behind the target is a really good way to win gunfights. This technique is often utilized by high tier players on Warzone. Make sure to use this in your own gameplay as well. Try to think, if I was in the enemy's shoes, how would I push? And you'll start to develop that game sense to get that timing down. Okay, in the next section, we are going to talk about utilizing method number 2 to identify when and where enemies are pushing you. Audio. Audio is key when it comes to timing your movement techniques to break people's cameras. Sometimes you can only see so much. Using your ears to get a sense of where the enemy is a must if you want to improve as a Warzone player. A good rule of thumb when it comes to using audio, as the footsteps get louder, the target is getting closer to your position. Use that sound volume to time your slide cancels or B-hops. Let's go ahead with the breakdown to demonstrate the power of audio to help you with your timing. Right now, I'm just minding my own business, looking for some friends to hang out with. All of a sudden, I hear footsteps to the left. I turn back immediately. I make a read that the enemy will push me through this doorway. I'm not going to casually peek this corner. We are better than that, team. I decide to B-hop into the room as far as possible to try to get behind the target. Hey, look, it's our friend. We meet again. Perfect scenario, the enemy is aggressively pushing the doorway and I was able to get behind the target with good timing. If we slow peeked that door, this sweat would have broken my camera for sure. He's probably thinking, how did he know? How did he know I was pushing? Audio is key. Saying that, I want you to turn your audio up, turn down your squad mates because they are too loud. If your squad mate has a constant static noise on the mic or has huge ass fans in the background, you need to hold an intervention. Finally, you need to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, demolish that sub button so we can be best friends, and check me out on Twitch so we can vibe out. Tip number 3, swing wide when someone is pre-aiming you. During gunfights, there are moments when you know the enemy will be pre-aiming your position. When this occurs, you want to slide cancel and cover as much distance as possible. There are scenarios where you can cancel your slide a bit earlier. However, when someone is pre-aiming you, try to slide as far as possible to make it difficult for the enemy to track you. Some people just slide cancel around corners, popping up close to the edge. If someone is pre-aiming that spot, it's probably an easy kill for your enemy. Let's break down a couple scenarios to emphasize what I mean further. In this situation, I'm just strolling around looking for a decent gun. I always feel insecure when I'm holding ground loot. While on my quest, I hear footsteps. I get scared and proceed to hide. Don't judge me, I know you all hide sometimes as well. At this point, I'm thinking the enemy will be pre-aiming this door. So I proceed to do a slide cancel and swing wide to get away from this door. Notice while I'm sliding, I'm not cancelling the slide straight away to cover more distance. It worked out pretty well. The target is still aiming at the door. I was able to use Peeker's advantage and swing wide to put myself in a good position. Then I perform a jump shot after my slide cancel to add a bit of finesse at the end. And I finally found a loadout weapon. Quest completed, mission accomplished. As you can see, swinging wide when someone is pre-aiming your location will give you a huge advantage. When you're slide cancelling around the corner, you get Peeker's advantage. You see the target for a split second before they see you. You can also add some finesse at the end with the jump shot. Make sure to utilize this technique so you can be the sweat in your squad. Look, if you're still a non-believer, let's break down another gunfight to show the power of Peeker's advantage and the slide cancel. In this scenario, I'm on the hunt for some scary individuals. However, I identify a Care Bear instead. Obviously, the cuteness of this operator made me miss most of my shots. The target gets away and goes around the corner. Using my movement, I get into cover. However, I'm thinking now, the enemy will probably re-peek and pre-aim this corridor. Going off instinct, I get as close to the door as possible. This way, I can slide cancel into the room to cover more distance and break the target's camera. On second thought, this operator is not that cute, so I decide to go straight for the kill and get the hell out of there. Mission accomplished. Well, that is it for today's breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. Hope you found some value in today's tips and tricks and were entertained at the same time. As promised, I'm going to give you some movement settings to play around with to help you get better. Disclaimer, everyone is different. However, these settings did help me out a lot with my movement. So for the general settings, slide behavior should be tap, crouch and prone behavior should be toggle. For automatic sprint, I set it on automatic tactical sprint. This helps me out a lot. You do an auto tac sprint just by going forward. For PC players specifically, I already have auto tac sprint on, but I do set my tactical sprint set to left shift. This just means I can press left shift and W1 to stand back up from a prone. This helps me with my snaking. My crouch key is set to one of my mouse buttons. This is personal preference. For controller players, if you don't have paddles, I recommend going with bumper jumper tactical flip. This layout just makes it easier to slide cancel and do jump shots. Last note, I don't think auto tack sprint is mandatory. For some of these clips, I haven't switched over to auto tack sprint yet, but let me say it does help out. I recommend giving it a go. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed today's content or learned something new. I do make a lot of tips and tricks videos weekly. I'm also starting to push out best loadout videos as well to keep the content more consistent. So make sure to sub to YouTube channel so you don't miss out. Check me out on Twitch. I do live stream almost every day. Anyways, that is it for today's video. As always, I wish you guys all the best and good luck on the Warzone.